On June 6, 1933, at Park-In Theaters in Camden, New Jersey, people parked their cars to attend the very first drive-in movie theater. It only cost 25 cents for a car and an additional 25 cents per person, with no group paying more than $1. The debut film shown was a British comedy named Wives Beware. Richard Hollingshead, a sales manager at his father's auto parts firm, conceived the idea of Park-In Theaters. He was inspired by his mother's discomfort in the hard seats of traditional movie theaters. This led him to envision an outdoor cinema where people could enjoy films from the comfort of their cars. Hollingshead began experimenting with showing movies in the driveway of his home. He experimented with different projection and sound techniques, mounting a Kodak projector on the hood of his car, pinning a screen to some trees, and placing a radio behind the screen for sound. He tried several setup variations before he found what he thought was the right configuration of projector, screen, sound, and spacing between cars. Following his patent approval in May 1933, Richard Hollingshead wasted no time in launching his inaugural drive-in theater, which he named Park-In Theaters. He coined the slogan, "The whole family is welcome," regardless of how noisy the children are, to promote his drive-in concept. Despite Richard Hollingshead's drive-in not yielding significant profits, he eventually sold it to a new owner after several years. The new owner relocated the theater to a different area. Despite Hollingshead's financial struggles, the idea of the drive-in theater became popular and experienced rapid growth. A year later, Schenkweiler's became the second drive-in theater to open, located in Orfields, Pennsylvania. Remarkably, this drive-in is still operational today and holds the title of being the oldest continuously operating drive-in theater in the world. By 1940, more than 20 drive-ins had sprung up across the United States. However, in 1950, Hollingshead's patent was declared null and void, enabling anyone to establish a drive-in theater without the obligation of paying royalties to Hollingshead for his patent. Drive-in theaters weren't just for cars. In 1948, the first fly-in drive-in theater was created in New Jersey. The outdoor theater had room for 25 airplanes and 500 cars. Airplanes landed in an airfield next to the New Jersey Fly-In Drive-In and would taxi over to a viewing spot in the back row. Drive-in theater numbers exploded and peaked in the late 1950s and early 1960s. During this time, which is considered the golden age of drive-ins, there were over 4,000 drive-in theaters across the United States. Drive-in theaters remained popular destinations for families to bond and for couples seeking budget-friendly date nights. They offered greater flexibility compared to traditional indoor cinemas, which appealed to families. Portable speakers were provided to movie attendees for sound. Moviegoers would park their cars beside a speaker stand and attach one to the interior of their car window for audio. The smallest drive-in theaters could accommodate fewer than 50 cars, whereas the all-weather drive-in located in Long Island, New York, had space for up to 2,500 cars. This expansive drive-in boasted amenities such as a full-service restaurant, a playground, and a shuttle service to transport patrons around the vast parking area. The Golden Age only lasted a couple decades, and in the 1970s, the number of drive-ins began to decline rapidly for a number of reasons. The rising price of real estate, especially in suburban areas, combined with the growing numbers of walk-in theaters and the rise of video rentals, curbed the growth of the drive-in industry. Indoor theaters were also more flexible about scheduling and could show one film 5 or 6 times a day, instead of only at night. Drive-in theaters were emblematic of American culture and a customary weekend outing. While they may not enjoy the same level of popularity as they once did, drive-ins still operate across the country. Contemporary drive-in theaters offer a range of experiences, often showcasing both recent releases and beloved classics. Many organize double features and themed events, such as horror movie nights or screenings of past summer blockbusters. Even though circumstances have evolved since the inception of the first drive-in theater, the enchanting experience of watching a movie under the stars remains just as magical and budget-friendly as before, provided you have a nearby drive-in theater.